Oh, hopefully I'm working now. Now, this is part 2 of the build log I started for the Bismarck. I was just about to apologise and say I'm sorry it cut out after 13 minutes. But it's pointless, isn't it? I've done that before. It makes no odds, does it? I could record this 15 weeks later and put it up as part 2 and you still wouldn't know that part 1 Anyway, the point is part 1 ran out. I was in the middle of explaining things and part 1 ran out. So as I was explaining in that, I won't be painting the Bismarck in its camouflage colours. At the Battle of Denmark Strait, the camouflage was painted out. So that's I won't be doing that. So the actual, I'm not going to bore you with all the instructions. Let me just give you a very quick, I mean, you've already seen this, so most of this is self-explanatory. It's, what I won't be doing is following I won't be doing that first, for instance. Although I don't know, because I once actually saying I won't be doing that first. What I will be doing is this will be bolted onto a baseboard. So I probably will do that first. What it doesn't have, which I was quite surprised at, it's got no strengtheners inside the actual hull. Oh no, it has 1, 2, 3. My mistake. They come after you, don't they? Typical Trumpeter, innit? I hate them. Now I was showing you a few of the bits, and I was talking about the swastikas. The swastikas weren't on at the Battle of Denmark Strait, so I won't be using them. Some of these may be for the aircraft. Them, I really don't like them. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, they're probably perfect. I've got this thing about, let me talk to you. I've got this thing about these flags and pendants and what have you on models. They always seem to be about 4 or 5 times bigger than the scale. And you're 9 times out of 10, if you, I'll see about using them, but 9 times out of 10 if you use them, they sort of, they sort of draw your attention. I was laughing because that's a Trumpeter version. Trumpeter. And the MK1 upgrade. All the swastikas. It's this, it's this sort of thing nowadays, isn't it? You can't have swastikas. So we've got that. I've got, I was saying I don't like the wooden decks, I hate the wooden decks. So what I've got, this is the MK1, some of the MK1 upgrade. So this has, let me put my glasses on so I can actually see it. This has the gun barrels, which are rather nice. They've got the holes in them, as you can see. I'm not sure if I zoom in, let's see if I can keep that in focus. Maybe look, I've got to be careful because if I go too far in focus, I won't focus with it. If I take it too far and I get it green where I'm looking at the thing on the TV, it ends up taking a photograph and I lose the video. So the gun barrels, as you can see, they've got holes in. Now you can't see because it's out of focus. We've got various, well, they look like shells, various gun barrels, various bits, resin bits. They can be a real problem at times. I've got, more importantly, brass parts for the likes of the masts and that, which makes it easier to rig than plastic masts. And we've got more gun barrels there, we've got more there, we've got small gun barrels there. That's just the little brass and metal parts. So that will make all, that will be fine. And then as I say, where are we? So this is the colour call out. If you go by their colour call out, you get about 50,000 colours, you know. So as I say, I won't be painting this. This was all, most of this, apart from at the stern and a bit of the bow, was painted out for the Battle of Denmark Strait. They have this silly thing here with the sausages would be. Luckily they weren't on it at the battle, so they won't be used. This will all be painted out. I might put it up there. I'll decide whether to put it up there. What I'll do is I'll paint it as camouflaged, and then I'll paint over the camouflage in its grey colour that it was during the battle, so you'll be able to see the camouflage through the grey. I've seen that done before and it looks quite impressive. It's not so, on the structures, going by the book, it's not so pronounced. So probably, you know, well, that'll be fine. I'll do it. It'll look different to how you normally see a model done. So it's normally always done with camouflage. This is the MK1 stuff. So the decks I've already got rid of. Don't like them. I hate wooden decks. So the light levels are not brilliant, so this won't look fantastic. But this is all the MK1 upgrades if I'm not sure how much of them I'll use. There's a lot of upgrades, you know, there's a lot of stuff going around here. And on the hull, I don't know if I can find it, but you know, I mean, look at all these little bits. There's so many little bits on this, it's unbelievable. On the hull, somewhere, can't find them off the top of my head, but it doesn't have ladders. Well, I think it has one going up, maybe the, I don't know, captain's ladders, admiral's ladders, whatever. It actually has handhelds going all up the hull, so I'll have to see about that one. I don't particularly like these ladders going down the side of the hull either, simply because they just take away from the aesthetic of the hull. Yeah, I can't find them, but I think somewhere on here. I'm pretty sure when I originally got this, I was going through it, and they are marked off somewhere. They're little tiny handhelds rather than ladders. Unfortunately, I can't find them. And loads of stuff going around the portholes. Yeah, I can't find them, so they are on there somewhere. And as I've said, I'll try and do this as an upgrade. You see, this is just all the plastic bits. I'm not going to bore you with all them. I've done a review of it somewhere. So I just want to show you some little bits, if I can find them. Definitely found. It's got a lot of stuff going in it. It's, you know, it is not feels heavy, so there might be in it right now. So here we have all the various photo etch plates. Now, there's the stuff that comes from clear plastic parts, nearly broke them. There's the stuff that comes from Trumpeter itself, which is quite good. I like the Trumpeter stuff because they put it on a plastic backing and you can get it off without breaking it all. There's quite a bit of photo etch from Trumpeter itself, and most of that will be repeated in this. This is the MK1 upgrades. So this has got, I mean, look at this. It's pathetic, isn't it? I mean, I don't know if you can see that very well. This is just, I mean, this is just tidy. There's loads and loads of little ladders that go up and down there. This must all be for the portholes. There's hundreds of them. Now there's more that side up, more ladders. Now these are the things I'm talking about. So what looked like, well, some of that looks like it might go around the thing, but inside the centre of that, I don't know if you can just about make them out. They are the little handholds that go up the hull and up various parts of the structures. But they're so small, there's nothing on them. Let me get them out and I can see if I can show you them. Right, let's see if I can zoom into that. So they're the little handholds. These will go up the whole structures. I mean, look how many there are. There are thousands of them. There's got to be, near on 1,000 of them. I mean, look at them. They're all over the place. The problem with them is, because of how small they are, what they haven't done, I've seen these done, I've seen this being built on YouTube elsewhere, and with the Pontos kit, you actually get a template, and you can drill little tiny holes for each of them to fit into, so they're not just glued on the side where they'll get knocked off. Completely out of focus there, I didn't realise that. Sorry about that. It's this camera, I'm afraid. Once it gets to a certain bit, it won't stay in focus. That seems to be marginally better. Not a lot. No, I don't want to stay in focus, does it? So we've got what look like probably might be cranes, ship's boats, various more ship's boats. They're the reels. I've got no idea what that is. Loads of it. There's even more of these handholds. I mean, there's loads of them. There's so much stuff in these upgrade kits. Most of it is just, what it is. It's impossible to work out. Pretty big guns though. The guns are going to be nice and big on this kit, I'll tell you that. And then we've got various bits in there. As I say, I won't bore you with them. Decent propellers. The one thing I haven't got is propellers for it. Right, so that's it. So that's the Bismarck. I will try and do a build log for it without having any music on. As I explained in the previous video, I have a thing when I'm building. I like to listen to music. I can't look into the camera. If I look into the camera, I can't see because I'm watching it on the telly. I like to listen to music, but as I pointed out, people can't hear what I'm saying. It gets copyrighted and doesn't get even published in some areas. So I'll try and do as best I can a decent build log. The problem will be trying to do a build log with something this big. Working on this, I'd never be able to work on it, look, on the size of it. It's let me pull my camera back a bit. I can pull it back a little bit. I can maybe pull the table back a little bit. So I might, you see now I can't get it in focus because I haven't got the camera. So I might be able to do it by having it like that. And then if I'm lucky, might be able to get you, you might be able to watch, you might be able to do a decent build log of it. I really wish I had something that I could autofocus that camera without having to do it manually from the camera. I don't think turning the light off will do anything. I don't know, might be a touch better, but as you can see it's not focusing. It's not the best, you see, it's without focus now, you see, it's all like grain. That's it, you see, it's because of the light levels in here, they really are horrible. I might try a different camera, a different lens maybe for the long distance. See, now that's focused on the background but not on the model, so it's a case of it's really silly. You see, it won't focus on it'll focus on the background, but it won't focus on the ship. A real bugger in it. So you can't see that because it's not focusing on it. So I'll try and do this as I'm not going to start it today. Still going to buy all this stuff for it. Let's see what happens if I do that. Nothing happens because you can't zoom into it. So that is, so you might be able to watch a bit of build. The first thing I do get mixed up with this. I'm looking at this on my right hand side. On the television it's at the left hand side. It's strange how it sort of goes round like that. So, and now all the propeller bits there, you see, they're on the left and not the right. So there's a lot of stuff to port, there's all these portholes to drill out. There's a bit of work to do on building up the bits. Oh, it's got quite a recess in there. I'm not sure why it's got a recess like that. It's got a recess. There is a bit on there which I can't see because I haven't got my glasses on. There's a bit on there somewhere, I've seen it somewhere, just there, on the bottom, with those, I don't remember what they're called, get added. There's a little bit there on the bow, that's white. That looks like that's been, that's weird. Now that looks like, that there, I'm not going to pull it around too much, that looks like it's been broken. That almost looks like that's been broken and glued into position. In fact, it's got a little gap down there. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I wonder if Trumpeter have broken that at some point and glued it back together. The hole seems to be about, usually you can see, you can obviously see the line going down where it's joined. I can't see any other, there's one there, so it was joined there, one at the bow, and one at the stern. So it looks like it was done in 3 pieces. Because the first job would be to put these strengtheners in. And then I will do that. And come maybe Monday or Tuesday I might be able to start working on it. It will go on a baseboard eventually. And there's the thing. I'm going to change that lens on the camera in a minute. Let's see if I can get, I don't think I can get a better lens. I haven't got a normal straightforward lens. Let me just stop that. Let's have a look.